And there's Adam Kello, who played his 300 game last week. So that makes it 301 this week. Congratulations to Adam. Positional change today, and I do apologise for the pole in the way which is there. It's going to be showing in some parts of the game, but I'll do my very best to avoid it and show you as much as I possibly can. There's referee John Murray, and Crediton are led out by their skipper Henry Gavin. The way they're lined up looks like Crediton will be kicking off. Playing left to right as we look. There's sort of no breeze to speak of. As you can see, there's a flag here. Flag on the far side doing nothing at all. So, Ollie, Avery right to get us underway. Special word, of course, for Carl Marriott, who's a Crediton boy himself. A bit like coming home. I think he still knows quite a lot of the people here. Taken very cleanly by Danny Tyrrell, who hoofs it up the park for the first line out of the game, which will be to Crediton. Tom Luxmore to throw in. He goes straight to number 4, Josh Lee, takes it cleanly. But as you can see, the referee says there were 2 knock-ons, first by St Austell. So there'll be a scrummage. Always a key area of the game, and you can see on this side Henry Gavin up against Hugh Newt, 2 experienced lads, both sporting brought forward haircuts. Good scrummage there by Crediton, won it clean. Ollie Avery right gets the ball. To be like the blindside winger came in. Big tackle there by Zach Morley. Ben Plummer takes it and tries to make ground. Danny Tyrrell clears. I'm not sure he's found touch. You can see, no, he did not. There's the fullback. He's looking to reply with interest. He gets just as far as Cav Boyer, who hoofs it. He's another one. Yeah, I think he was lucky with the bounce. The referee calls a late tackle, so he allows, and actually the Crediton player who made the tackle is laying on the ground at the moment, where we can't see. So it's a differential penalty, which allows Chris Ashwin the chance to kick the ball into touch. Gets to choose either whether the offence occurred or where the ball landed. There will be some obstructions in view today. There are people around me and posts in the way, and I can't see the corners of the pitch, but I'll do my very best. And there's Chris Ashwin. Going to nudge it in the corner. There'll be a St Austell line out. Looks to be at about 5 metres out, and I'll get as much of it as I can in shot. Always difficult. A lot of people, players and supporters, close to the touchline, and as I'm not very high up. Goes to Vine at the front, and St Austell take the ball and have a rumble. You can see Carl Marriott picks up and goes. Still got the ball, St Austell. Danny Tyrrell's at the base there. That's Hugh Newt. Second surge. They're close to the line, but not close enough. Good defence so far. That's tracking sideways. Mark Vine's got his hands on the ball, looking for help, but he's held up there by Henry Gavin. Did a really good job at keeping him off the ground, and it looks like it might be a turnover if they don't go to ground. As they do not, so there'll be a scrummage to Crediton. Ed Davey goes wide. It's the left winger. And yeah, he gets in for the first score of the game. That's Devon Hosegood. Just looking as Archie Bees has come off. It looks like he's got a shoulder injury. He's holding his hand poorly. That's the first time he's touched the ball. Such a shame, such a talented boy. And his place has been taken on the wing by Max Bullen. Nice to see him back, but in rather bad circumstances. So Max Bullen on after a long period of injury. Played 2 or 3 games for the Seconds. Were 2 trials last week, Max. There he is. But you have to still feel for Archie Bees. So it'll be an attacking line out about 10 metres out on the far side with Miles Davis to throw. Once again he goes to Vian. And Hugh tends to get the ball moving. Poor pass and tape. Headed for CJ Boyce, and it was a bit too hard by Fraser Knottle. So Crediton come away with it. Nice kick by Ed Brady there. Probably made about 15 yards, so Miles Davis will throw it again. He's had 3 throws and gone to Mark Vine every single time. He has options, of course, but Vine is a prolific line-out jumper. And this time he goes to Carl Marriott in the centre, looking for close support, which he gets. That's collapsed really by, as you can see, the Crediton player, perhaps accidentally. Referee says play on. Ashman goes wide. Cab Boyer, a little chip, but it came off the Crediton player's hand. Maybe right clears, but it only goes as far as Danny Tyrrell, looks open to Ben Plummer. And there's Max Bullen, has the first chance to show his wares, but he's tackled well on the ball. The referee says play on. Crediton have stolen it. No, hands in the rut, might have been against hard to say, but I think Brandon Hack looked the other way as he got up. Ollie Avery Wright. Crediton have a line out, probably 5 metres inside St Austell 22, leading 7-0. Try by Devon Hosegood after just 9 minutes. Ball went to the front, but I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Chris Gorgier. Couldn't take it cleanly, so they'll come back for a St Austell scrummage. There's a St Austell second row today. Adam Kello move into lock in place of Anthony Knight with Mark Vine. Now, scrum so far, Crediton have managed to get a nudge on, I think, on 3 occasions, and that's something that St Austell will need to put right if they're going to do well today. There's big Henry Gavin playing tight head up against Hugh Newt. There's a competition for you. And once again, Crediton get the ball going backwards. Carl Marriott does some cleaning up, but it's not easy. Doesn't find touch. Unlucky, lovely build-up play, but a low pass that means that Josh Davey unable to take it cleanly. So it'll be a scrum to St Austell. Danny Tyrrell starting at scrum half today, and you can see that on the far side, I think it's Rory Jago up, and no, it's Brandon Hack up in the air. And referee John Murray saying, guys, you can't do that, let's have a reset please. Brandon Hack up against Will Cole. Normally we come to away games, St Austell very well sporting side, as you probably know. There's an awful lot of players, supporters, not so much players who have gone down with COVID recently, and the away troop is considerably reduced from the normal. But if you are watching in the bar, stay safe. 50,000 cases in Cornwall. Here's Danny Tyrrell to put in. And you can see that it's an early push that time. Yeah. They'll be relieved, I think. They've struggled a little bit so far. There's Henry Gavin, the Crediton skipper, who's been impressive thus far. And Tom Luxmore to throw to a reduced line out. He finds number 8, Chris Courtier. The referee says no, hand in there, you can't do that. So Ollie Avery-Wright pushes the ball down the line to about 5 metres inside St Austell's 22, and they will have the line out. You can see some of it, but not all of it. Taken cleanly up the front. Once again, Crediton looking to get that ball moving forward. Which they certainly have. Although there's push back there from St Austell, it's hard to know where that ball's going to be. Yeah, it's a Crediton line out. Clear from here. So Tom Luxmore again. Last time he went to number 8, Chris Courtier, and this time he's gone long over the top, and I can't see any of that. But it's been stolen by St Austell in the shape of Miles Davey won it. Chris Ashby ducks, goes wide. Plains the nose on your face, that one. You knew it was looking for the crash ball off Miles Davey. Miles didn't give it, ran in front of him, so it's a penalty for crossing. Right in front of the referee, had no choice with that one. And I think Josh Avery-Wright's indicating to kick for goal. Flags go up. So that penalty by Ollie Wright moves the score on to Crediton 10, St Austell 0 with 21 or so minutes played. And Crediton once again clear, but only goes as far as Danny Tyrrell, and we all know what he's going to do. CJ Boyes goes to Fraser Nottle. He has a chance, but he looks inside for support, finds it in the form of Cav Boyer, but he bundled into touch. So referee John Murray indicates where the line-out will take place. Clock back on. About 24 minutes played. Crediton still 10-0 to the good. Early try by Devon Hosegood, converted by Ollie Avery Wright, and a penalty by Ollie Avery Wright had a few moments ago. That's lovely interplay by Crediton. Made a good 50-60 yards, and now they go wide. And the second row, number 5 brings it back, looking for his forwards. You can see from there, number 6, Chris Ashwin taps and goes. Number 6 crossing. Ashwin's looking for an opportunity, so he's looking for to get the ball wide quickly, but it may have been turned over, may have been knocked on, I think. Adam Keller does the same, has a little look. He's upended. You can see Ed Brady looks like he's in offside position, but the referee said no, play on, because the man was outside with the ball. Cal Mayer takes it on. Who knew? He's met by two of, obviously Tom Luxmoor was one of them, 2 defenders. Ashwin says we've had enough of that, let's go down the park. That's Josh Davey, the fullback. He gets a second bite of the cherry. And this time he finds touch cleanly. David Avian, but the ball bobbled. And Danny Tyrrell has a look himself. And so I'll leave it to the big boys, which includes Carl Marriott, of course. Once again, Ashwin looks to go wide. Unlucky there, because Rory Jago tossed the ball back inside, but it just went forward before Fraser Nottle was able to catch it. So there'll be a scrum just inside Crediton's half. Scrummaging's an area where so far in the game Crediton have had the upper hand, no doubt about that. They've got a very big front row. That man there at the heart of it, the skipper. And once again they get a nudge on, looking to gain a penalty. Hugh Newt stands up and the referee says no. Once again, Ollie Avery Wright has the opportunity to make yards. So Tom Luxmoor His favourite so far has been Chris Courtier, number 8 at that time. Mark Vine got in front and stole the ball. Really important possession there. St Austell been under pressure. Really not the last 20 minutes or so, and very few in the way, very little in the way of attacking opportunity. It's an excellent defence by Crediton. And Chris Ashwin's kick is charged down. Hard to see from here because of the post. No, pick up at the scrum. It was knocked on, I think, by a fullback there, Josh Davey, unable to take it cleanly. Once again, Crediton have a big nudge in the scrummage there. That's also looking to, and unfortunately, St Austell can't hold on to the ball and Crediton come away with it.
Good job! In with him, Wooders with him!
They've used that short ball in the centre several times now before they go wide. Avery Wright goes wide to the fullback, and Dan Yendell unable to hold on to that, so there'll be a scrummage, another defensive scrummage at Austell, something they won't want, as it's an area so far where they've been distinctly second best. So with about 33 minutes gone, Crediton leading 10 points to 0, another defensive scrummage, and once again Crediton get the ball going forward, and it looks to me like they might have turned that one over, although no, I don't think so. Brandon Hack's waiting at the back there, and back to scrum half. No, Danny Tyrrell does so. Goes to Chris Ashwin, who nudges it down the park, but only as far as Ollie Avery Wright, who looks inside for his fullback, no, for his winger. That was Bobby Saunders, and the chip across, beg your pardon. Chip across, not able to be taken, so there'll be a line out this side of the park to St Austell. Miles Davey to throw in. Right over the top, picked up by Crediton. Big run by the number 7, looking for support. And as you can see, the referee's indicating there was a knock on there, so there'll be another defensive scrum, which I don't think is going to worry Crediton too much because it's an area which they've excelled so far. There's Henry Gavin up against Hugh Newt, and as you can see once again, Crediton have a big scrummage, but Chris Ashwin is given the ball, has a chance to clear, which he does. St Austell being under a lot of pressure in the last 20 minutes or so. They'll be very keen to get away from out of their own half, and Crediton still in attacking position. And that's going to be reset. Look at the flag on the far side. You think there's a bit of a breeze here. It probably started. It certainly wasn't here at the start of the game. There's Tom Loxmore again. This time he goes to his flanker, Josh Pearce. Danny Keller got a hand in, the ball went to ground and he hooped it down the park. But there'll be a line out where he kicked it. So Luxmore again. He's mixed up his jumpers time and time again. He's not gone to the same man every time. This time he goes to the second row and Vine gets his hand in his big mitt in once again. And Danny Tyrrell goes to ground. But he's rescued by Vine and Adam Kello tends to bring it away, but there's relentless pressure from Crediton's forwards. Yeah, you can see there, referee indicating hands away please, hands on the ground. Danny Tyrrell appealed for it, referee gave it. There's Adam Kello, I think he's only doing his bootlace up. Yeah, he's okay. And Chris Ashwin will probably want to eat up as much of the clock as he can, heading towards half time. St Austell 10-0 down and under pressure. Josh Morley-Ping for not rolling away. I think it was Josh who looked like he did, but I'm not the referee. There you are, you can hear referee John Murray say you must roll away. And he has stopped the clock. I'm not sure if anybody's injured, but it looks like a water break. So with half time we're about 3 or 4 minutes away, and from his own half Ollie Avery Wright decided to go for goal. He's given it some welly and he had the distance but not the direction. You can see the logic in it. That means that I've still got to kick off from the 22 and Crediton will get the ball back, and certainly the last 20 minutes they've looked more likely to score in attack. So Chris Ashwin has the ball just off shot to our left and he comes deep and it's like Crediton have secured it and they go left. No, dummy. Referee's playing advantage for a knock on by, I think it was the Crediton second row, but St Austell still have the ball. I think he's going to bring them back. The last thing he wants is a scrummage. There's the much changed from last week's St Austell front row of Brandon Hack, Miles Davey and Hugh Newt. But they've really struggled against this big Crediton pack, who disrupt once again. And Rory Jago does his best, Zach Morley does best, but very difficult to pick up when you're going backwards at that rate. And there'll be another scrum. I think St Austell want to get this in and out quickly and relieve some of the pressure. The front row of Henry Gavin, Tom Luxmore and Will Cole for Crediton. And once again Crediton get a drive on and the ball could come out anywhere, and the referee says no, it rotates. It's a penalty to Crediton. And at this stage in the match I would just imagine that Ollie Avery Wright might decide to take 3 points with a relatively easy kick, which he does. straight down the middle. On the restart, turn off with a rare foray into Crediton's 22, but they kick long. Only as far as CJ Boyce. He beats the first man. Tyrrell to Ashwin, Fraser Nottle, Ben Plummer. The skipper Miles Davey is met by Henry Gavin, who gets his big mitts on over the ball. A slick play by Hugh Newt there. Not so slick by Adam Kello, who takes route 1. Sorry, Jago doing the hard yards. So for keeping the ball, desperate to get there, get something on the board before the half-time break, which is coming up in a moment. It's Max Bullen who gets man and ball. And you can tell from the reaction of the home crowd, the referee pinged St Austell player for holding on. And Ollie Avery Wright nudges it into touch, bring us up to half time with the score Crediton 13, St Austell 0. We'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back to the second half. If you're in the bar watching this, hope you're enjoying it as much as the Crediton supporters are here. Chris Aspin's about to restart with St Austell trading 13-0. Early try to Devon Hosegood, converted, and then 2 penalties to Ollie Avery Wright. St Austell with all the work to do, but one score can change this game dramatically. That's Avery Wright. Only gets as far as CJ Boyce, who probably looked to put it in the air, although he's got Fraser Nottle outside him, and Fraser stops and goes and gets caught, and he loses the ball. Well, the referee said no, he was offside, so it'll be a penalty too. No, not really seeing. Chris Ashwin will probably nudge it into touch. Quite a bit quick ball. And Zach Morley comes away with it, but the referee's blown his whistle, so I think he's saying no, it wasn't straight, so we have a scrummage, which is probably not what St Austell would prefer. It's an area where Crediton have shown their big forwards, their scrummages have been outstanding today. You know, there aren't many sides in this league who've out-scrummaged St Austell, but Crediton so far have done that. Let's see if it improves in the second half. There's Ed Brady, wearing 9 put in, stood beside Danny Tyrrell. And you can see the front row of Gavin, Henry Gavin, Tom Luxmore and Will Cole, who've all had a good day at the coalface. Knock on in the tackle there, so there'll be a scrum. with Ed Brady to put in. Brandon Hack popping up there, referee's playing advantage, but he said no, that's a penalty. Lovely kick for Ollie over right, must have made. Arsenal touch judge Mike Chantry. Regular and reliable. Lovely guy. Once again, Vine gets his big mitts in the way. It's one of the areas where St Austell would probably preferred the game to be played is in the line out. And CJ Boyce hoofs it, but doesn't get far, doesn't get to touch. Fullback who kicked the ball, but everybody onside after the bounce. That's a big drive there by Adam Kello, and Mike no, it says he went over the top. Yeah, Ollie over right decides I'll have a go. He just missed one from inside his own half in the first half, and there's probably a very slight breeze behind him in this one. So let's see if he can extend the lead. Of course, if he does so, that means that Austell would have to score 3 tries to catch Crediton.
But generally, he's done
He gives it some clout. Will the players go up? They certainly do. What a fabulous kick. Chris Ashburn restarts, but St Austell knock it on. Apologies for black screen there. As you can see, the score here with 8 minutes played in the second half is Crediton 16, St Austell 0. Miles Davey about the number of penalties conceded at the scrummage. I think that word will be, look guys, unless you can sort this out, there will be some cards on display. Fair enough. So Ollie Avery Wright has kicked 3 penalties and a conversion. Has the chance to make yards. Taken off the back by Miles Davey, who hoofs it down the field, and it might even go dead. I think it has, yeah. You can see Bobby Saunders there just put his hand up and say it's gone over the line. So it'll bring him all the way back. Few minutes left of field. Been replaced by Archie Rolls. Young lad's been playing really, really well for the Sinners, but he'll be up against it today. He's up against the, as you can see there, it's the source of most of their possession. Forward pass, says the ref, and there'll be another scrum. So let's see how the change front row of Archie Rolls, Brandon Hack and Miles Davey gets on against the so far dominant Henry Gavin, Tom Luxmore and Will Cole. They stayed down this time. Probably give Danny Tyrrell the chance to go wide. Max Bullen attempted to keep the ball alive, but I think he might have gone forward. Oh, he was in touch. Luxmore throws. Henry Gavin couldn't hold it, but it's cleaned up by Ed Brady. Cleaned up very well, in fact. CJ Boyce attempts to find touch, doesn't do so. So Crediton have another chance to attack. That's Will Cole. Skipper Henry Gavin did a lovely run in the first half. Josh Lee continues. I think look at Tom Luxmore thought he was in there, but the referee brought them back, I think, for a forward pass. Miles Davey threw the ball into Mark Vian, and St Austell have an opportunity to relieve some of the pressure, although the kick was partly charged down. Danny Tyrrell does rescue it. And then holds on. Brady had a quick look, I think he was going to go, but Ollie Avery-Wright says no, let's go for goal. Let's get further out. The score currently is 16-0 to Crediton, and Ollie Avery-Wright says well, so far he's kicked impeccably. Let's move this go further on.
Yeah, I think he was just.
And he's kicked that one too.
Let's go, boys! Lift it! Lift it!
Moves the score on to Crediton 19, St Austell 0. And Chris Ashwin restarts. It's not going well, is it? And CJ Boyce, probably the last play you'd expect that from. Just knocked it forward, and Danny Tyrrell was in front, so it went from being a knock on to a penalty. And Ollie Avery-Wright says, yes, I'll have a go.
Not staying very long,
So Ollie Avery Wright from probably 45 metres out, and he's missed that one. Chris Ashwin to restart. Not had much in the way of attacking opportunity so far. Although I think that's been, no, it's Max Bullen who stole the ball from the kickoff. There's skipper Miles Davey, who'll always do one thing. Well tackled though by Will Goodman. I'd say the Crediton defence has been impressive today. There's Brandon Hack. There's a second bite. Archie Rolls has the first chance to run with the ball. Zach Horney feeds Max Bullen, but he would take running ball. Looks like the Crediton winger may have injured himself in that tackle. Referee will restart to a line out. Tom Luxmore to throw in. Taken by Chris Courtier off the top there. Ashwin goes himself, gets close support from Fraser Knottle. Danny Tyrrell wants to keep it going, and Cav Boyer has a little look. And you can hear from the crowd cheers as the referee indicates a penalty for holding on. Chris Avery Wright, Ollie Avery Wright will clear. Taken by Miles Davey off the back. That's also looking to have a little run. I don't think they've got a lot of choice at this phase in the game. 19-0 down, midway through the second half, probably a bit further than that. Ashwin decided to go blind. He finds Rory Jago in support, like any good number 7. You can see that. Referee indicating kicking ahead in the ruck. Danny Tyrrell has a run. Needs to do a bit more of that. Mark Vine. Hands on the ball. It's a lovely counter up there by Crediton, who've taken the ball off St Austell. Although they're up there and fighting. In Fraser's case, quite literally. Referee again, a high tackle.
measured 5'1". You're being generous, Solly. Oh, not bad. Eh? Oh, this lovely gentleman here was one of us thinking 5'1".
Ball taken by Crediton, and I think there might have been a knock on just there. And the referee's going to bring them back for a knock on earlier on, so there'll be a scrummage to Crediton. Crediton win it yet again. Ollie Averroy has a chip and chase, but only goes as far as CJ Boyce, who gets man and ball. I think he got the. I think Bobby Saunders collared him at the same time. Referee's indicating advantage, so Crediton once again will run. Miles Davey there, penalised for what the referee says is a deliberate knock on. Bit difficult, that one. And Ollie Avery right to clear.
And to be fair with work and everything, sometimes it's nice to just have a run at your local club and spend the whole weekend travelling away. And I've played with, I've played more, but I've played with.
Got a show and go, but he didn't beat Ben Plummer with it.
And the youngest would be
also penalised at the scrummage once again. Referee says collapsing on that side, shade will indicate nil, and Ollie Averroy's going to put it in the corner this time rather than go for goal. So Crediton will have an attacking line out just inside St Austell 22, but the referee says no, you're not that forward, so there'll be another scrum. Another big drive by Crediton. Number 8 keeps the ball at his feet, looking for credit for a second try. Picks up and goes, but he's, I think he's held. You can see he held on. Really welcome opportunity for Chris Ashwin to relieve the pressure. So St Austell line out. Miles Davey to throw. And he looks with a short one. Taken at the front by Brandon Hack. Kyle Marriott has a run. He's not had much chance today as Kyle. He's always a man to make the hard yards. Here's Ashwin, puts it down the park, but only gets as far as the Crediton winger who feeds his fullback close to the air. Adam Kello, the sidestep. He didn't buy it. St Austell absolutely not start playing, but Crediton's defence has been outstanding today. They've made their tackles and they've supported so well, and under pressure like there, St Austell making mistakes which has been uncharacteristic this season. And there were impressive recent performances against Weybridge, who hadn't lost a game all season, and Chew Valley, who they've beaten home and away, top side. But Crediton have been the better team today. I don't think anyone would argue with that. So Ed Brady to put in. 9-0 and heading, well, I think we're probably about 10, maybe less minutes to go, and yet another penalty. To see what skipper Henry Gavin decides. So far he's just popped the ball to Ollie Overy-Wright and said go for goal, and he's done the same again today. Ollie Overy-Wright, he's kicked absolutely beautifully today. He's missed 2, but they were both 50 or more metres out. $14 points to him. This would make it 17 if he kicks it. And he misses that one. So please note the score is incorrect. The score is 19, not 22. Replacement there. Will Prang coming on, wearing 16. Ashwin goes long. And Max Bullen gets there first. Zach Morley, but he's well stopped. But as you can see, referee indicates that Tom Luxmore didn't roll away. Right winger Bobby Saunders has been replaced by Rob Overy-Wright. So the brothers are on today. That's Cab Boyer. They're going to try and make an impact late on. Marriott to Kello. Good hands there, apart from the last pass, just thrown just behind Matt Bullen, unable to take it, and I think he might have knocked it on. No, must have been knocked into touch by Crediton, so Miles David to put in. It goes over the top, right into the hands of Jake Clark. Lovely tackle by Mark Vine there, freed the ball up. Gives an opportunity. That's a lovely one-handed pass from Rory Jago. St Austell's passes are not going to hand. They're forever trying to recover.
Get back! Face the ball! Face the ball!
Close, very close for the Saints. They probably deserve something out of this game because they've worked very hard against a very good Crediton side. And sure, that's Fraser Nottle, chip and chase. He has an opportunity. And he's cut inside to CJ Boyce, who's tackled short, but Ben Plummer is there. Hard to believe.